In this video, we're going to learn about Lewis dot diagrams. For Lewis dot diagrams, we need to refresh our memory on your valence electrons according to the modern atomic theory, and that is the one where you have the 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, things like that. Now, things that you need to remember about this is the 1 is the energy level, or the 2's here and here. The S's are the shape, and then these little numbers up here are how many electrons are actually there. Now, with your electron configurations, whenever you're cruising through them, and you get to the D sublevel right here, so this starts 3D. In this row, you have 4s, 3d, and then it jumps back to 4p. So when you're looking at your valence electrons, you have these 2 electrons here that are in the 4th energy level. Your 3d drops inside of the atom just a little bit into a lower energy level, so it's actually closer to the nucleus, and then you're back out here to the 4th energy level. Same thing happens down here. If we go across the 6th period, you have 6s, and then here is 5d. This is 4f, and then when you get back over here, you're back up to 6p. So when we're looking at all of our different valence electrons, your valence electrons only come from these 2 groups, groups on the periodic table, and these groups down here on the periodic table. And that's because of those electron configurations, like I said, that these will just drop inside of the atom a little bit further. So when we want to figure out how many valence electrons are there, it's actually very simple. Everything in group 1 has 1 valence electron. Everything in group 2 has 2 valence electrons. Down here, these all have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Helium up here only has 2 valence electrons because if we wrote it out, it's 1s2, so there's only 2 electrons there. But then everything below that all has 8. And if you counted this across, this would be 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, so there we have 2 plus 1 is 3, 2p2 is 4, 2p3, 2p4, 2p5, and then 2p6. So when you add those up, that's where the 8, or the 1 through 8 comes from. So with your Lewis dot diagrams, what you're actually going to do is you're actually going to start with your element symbol. So let's say that we have magnesium that we want to draw the Lewis dot diagram for. Start with the element symbol in the middle. Figure out how many valence electrons it has. Magnesium lives in group 2, so it has 2 valence electrons. Those 2 valence electrons we're going to draw as dots. With the dots, you're going to put them on one side of the the element symbol, and then you're going to spread it out to another one. It's kind of like Hund's rule, where we have to spread them out first and then double them up if we have to. So we're going to put 1 valence electron on any side that you want. I could have chosen this side, I could have chosen this side. It doesn't matter to me where you put them. And then the second valence electron, it just goes on a second side. It doesn't matter what side it goes on as long as it's not the same side that it's already paired up with. So we have one there, or maybe we could do this or like this. Any of those are good answers for me. I know some teachers, if you had them in the past or if you're watching from another class, they make you go clockwise and then counterclockwise or something like that. I don't mind where they go, because these things are actually 3D, they're tossing around, and we're going to actually use them later on for bonding, so we're going to have to move the electrons anyways. If we look at another element, something like germanium, germanium has 4 valence electrons. So again, you start with the element symbol. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 valence electrons. You have to put 1 on each side, we just can't double them up. We do another one, something like bromine. Bromine has 7 valence electrons. So start with bromine symbol. Just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 3 sides that have 2, and then just one side that has 1. So overall, these are pretty easy to draw. You just need to know how many valence electrons you have. You need to know the element symbol. And then the big rule here is you put one per side first. Double them up if you have to.